Hey, what's up, people? Today I'm going to show you how to do a Cat5 jack. These are all the tools you'll be needing to do so. Um, you'll need keystones, punch down tool, as well as the crystals. You will also need a crystal termination tool. So you have all these, you should be ready to go. Let's get into it. So if you're new here, I'm going to start off by showing you the different kinds of Cat5s there are and the different types of ways that they're terminated. This yellow one here is a patch cord, and the blue and white one are just from a cable box. So we're going to start off by stripping this and showing you what's inside. Now this yellow part on the termination tool is a cutter, and in the middle is a stripper. We don't need it at this moment, but I'm going to demonstrate what I mean by that. So we're just going to grab this yellow cord and we're going to cut off the end so you can see what I'm talking about. So the nice thing about this tool is it gives you a nice feedback so you feel confident in what you're doing. So what I'm going to show you now is not that much different from what you get from a patch versus what you get out of the box. So I'll just cut off the head and strip it so I can show you exactly what I mean. As you can see, it's the same colors, same pattern. So in Telecom, blue is usually your main pair and orange is your secondary. Third would be green, and the last is brown. So what we're going to do is separate the pair. I'm just going to show you guys a closer look here so you can see that the pairs are different. Some refer to this as a tip and ring, or blue and white blue. So we're just going to get started on the keystone here. So I'm going to grab the keystone, claim my work area so we can get a good look at it. So just grab your keystone when you're ready, and we're going to punch it according to the colors. It's pretty straightforward. Many keystones are different like configurations, but they're all basically the same stuff. As you can see here, the keystone are color coordinated, so you'll know exactly where to punch. Some cables, the colors are pretty close to each other. This one, they're not, so you'll be able to see exactly what I'm talking about. So just grab your punch tool and let's get into it. So I'm just going to speed this part up a bit, but what you want to do is just align the colors as you see them. You can punch them one by one if you want, but I find it easiest to align them first, then punch them one after the other. I find it's just an easier workflow that way. Once they're all aligned, I'll show you what I mean by punching it down. So an important thing to remember on the punch down tool is only one side cuts. So make sure you're on the correct side when you're punching down. Remember, you're applying force, so I'm just going to grab a piece of paper and put it under so I can punch safely and not damage my table here. Once you start punching, you'll hear a satisfying click. Just remember to apply enough force so that the cables come off. So I'll give you a closer look here. I wouldn't recommend punching like this because you are applying force and you're applying it to your hands. My tool is well used, so it takes a couple punches for me, but if you have a newer tool, it should only take one punch. I'm just going to bring it back to the table here so I can get a better leverage, and you can see that it doesn't take that much effort to get this going. So if you have a good plate and a good keystone, it should tell you what direction to put it in. So you just look for that same markings on the plate itself, and your keystone should just pop right in. Now, this is a double plate, and there are blanks for this, but chances are you won't be using a double plate. But this is what we have now. So just find the markings on your keystone and on your plate and just pop it right in, and you'll have a jack. If by chance you are using a double jack, you can get a blank insert, or you can use another keystone that you know there's nothing on it, and you just mark it off as empty. And of course, the blank plate, you would just insert it the same way as the keystone. Not much different there. So if you ever make a mistake and you need to take the keystone out, just use a flathead screwdriver and you can peel it right out. It's the same thing for the backing. You can also take that off with a flathead screwdriver. And that's all, folks. If you need to know how to make a crystal end or a patch cord, just check out my patch cord video or my crystal video. Thanks for watching. See y'all in the next one.